I have a lot of memories from intern year. One of the most memorable is actually not a super positive memory, but it was a patient that I cared a lot about who had a bad outcome. So I was working in the trauma ICU, the TICU, and it was my very first rotation of intern year. So I knew nothing, and a young patient in her very early 20s came in. She had been hit by a car while riding her bicycle. And I actually never got to talk to her as an awake patient, but I got to know her family really well. They were there all the time, every day, and I was there a lot of the time as well. And she was my patient. I was assigned to her, and I spent a lot of time in that room. And I got to hear all about this young woman and how incredible she was, and what a special person she was, and what a difference she had already made in the world. And, I don't remember the medicine very well, and I don't think that I was that knowledgeable about it. But what I do remember is caring a lot for her, and caring a lot for her outcome, and caring a lot for her family who was really suffering. Unfortunately, she did not survive and was becoming an organ donor. And we had a ceremony at our hospital for organ donors. And the family actually asked me if I would be there. And I was the only physician that they asked to be at this ceremony for her. And I was the least experienced. I was the least experienced on the team, but out of everyone, they wanted me there because I cared for her and I cared for the family. And it meant a lot to me. And I think what it showed me is that it is okay to not know everything as an intern. You're not going to know everything. What you can do is care and be there and show up and have compassion and empathy. Don't forget that you're not expected to be the best. You're not expected to know everything. You're not expected to come in with tons of knowledge. That's what residency is for. You're going to learn that over the next 3 to 4 years. But all of us can be warm and caring and spend time and put in effort. And sometimes that's the most important thing. And sometimes that's all we can do too. So that was a tough experience, but also a good learning experience for me. And I will never forget that. And I will never forget that patient.